Hey guys, this is Brian. Welcome back to another optimized video. Today we're going to do an overview of how to optimize your mental toughness with more wisdom and less time. We've got two 101 classes, Antifragile 101 and Confidence 101. We'll talk about what confidence means. Mental toughness, confidence, I'll just go there right now. Confidence means etymologically intense trust. Confidere, with intense trust. In what? In yourself. Not that everything will go perfectly, because it won't, and that's crazy thinking, but that you have what it takes no matter what happens. In fact, you can get stronger and use everything to fuel your heroic growth. That's what it means to be anti-fragile. Fragile, resilient, anti-fragile. We want anti-fragile confidence. That's how you cultivate mental toughness. We talk about this a lot in our Mastery Series and Coach program, and we also are going to talk about it a lot in the Heroic app we're launching in April. I'm hitting the studio next week to film basic training. Fired up. All right, so then these 101s, hour long, 10 big ideas, we'll talk a little bit more about them, are the distillation of the absolute best ideas from dozens of Philosophers Notes, which again are distillations of 6-page PDF, 20-minute MP3, distillations of the best books on the subject. 3 different domains I went into deep in order to master my own understanding, theory, and practice of mental toughness. Sports books, Navy SEAL books, and then science books. We've got a ton of Navy SEAL books, basically, if not all the best, a very, very good collection of some of the best, a lot of the best sports mental toughness books. We've got notes on them. And then we've got a collection of science books as well you can check out. And then we've got a ton of plus ones. Now, for those for whom this might be your first exposure to Optimize, I'm going to give a quick context. For those who already know, pardon me while I set the context for our new prospective optimizers. Optimize is all about delivering more wisdom in less time. It used to be a premium offering that tens of thousands of people from nearly every country in the world have signed up for. $100 a year, $250 lifetime. It is now free as part of my new company, Heroic's acquisition of Optimize. No strings attached, no credit cards, no ads, free. We want to help you become the best, most heroic version of yourself and start optimizing your life so we can go change the world together. Boom. Now, we have Philosophers Notes, which are 6-page PDF, 20-minute MP3 distillations of the best books out there on personal growth. We have 600 of those. We have 50 101 classes and over 1,000 plus ones. Across a number of different categories, question is, what do you want to optimize today? Do you want to get your ancient wisdom going? How about modern science, mental toughness, habits, sleep, leadership, purpose, etc.? We've got dozens of categories. We've also been blessed to receive a lot of praise from people around the world, etc. So, mental toughness. When I was thinking about how to best distill this little overview, I thought of my wallet. So in my wallet, if you open it up, you will see a card, right? Naval Special Warfare. This is a card that I got, and I have goosebumps as I pull it out. Can you see that? It says, earn your Trident every day. Navy SEALs, when they become Navy SEALs, they get through Hell Week. Toughest training on the planet, right? They get through BUDS training, which includes Hell Week, right? Unbelievably hard. Huge percentage of the people that are just studs and tough human beings don't make it to the end. Then what do they get? They get this card that tells them, congratulations. Now you got to go earn the Trident, which a Navy SEAL gets pinned to them when they successfully complete their training. You've got to earn that Trident every single day. That's the essence of creating anti-fragile confidence, where no matter what happens, you get stronger. That's the essence of mental toughness. Now, if you look, and it might be tough to see, but that's the Trident, right? The Trident features a number of different elements that have deep symbolic meaning for the Navy SEALs. It includes an eagle. Now, an eagle is a symbol of American power, freedom, all that. The only place that it shows up with its head bowed, right? So the eagle's head is actually turned down. Usually the head is up proud, right? Like that. It's actually bowed on the Trident, which we talk about why in the notes. I think it was the note on Fearless. Unbelievable story about Adam Brown. But the eagle's head is bowed on the Navy SEAL's Trident because they're humble. The most powerful warriors on the face of our planet, and arguably in history, along with those Spartan warriors, etc., are the most humble. Now, I got that card when Emerson and I were blessed to get a tour of the Naval Special Warfare offices where the SEALs get trained. And these two guys are two of the most humble, powerful, beautiful men. Longer conversation. But I got, right behind my card, I got Mags there on the left, his business card. He is the Director of Mentorship in Naval Special Warfare. Longtime optimizer, dear friend, heroic investor. On his card, he says, the deed is all, not the glory. At the end of the day, our confidence is going to come from having the humility to know that we've got to show up today. And the worse we feel, the more committed we are to working our protocol. When you have that level of humility, you have the confidence because you know you're the type of person that you can trust, because you do what you say you're going to do day in and day out, such that when something challenging happens, you've got what it takes. You're not going to spin out of control. You can show up and practice your philosophy. That's the essence of mental toughness. That's a very long prelude, but there you go. So again, we've got the 101s. Antifragile 101 is one of my favorite classes. It's also one of the classes that we've gotten the most positive feedback on, particularly from people who have a ton of ambition and want to go out and make a huge difference in the world. I've had entrepreneurs tell me that they've watched this class many, many, many times, and they've loved it, which is awesome because it's one of my favorite classes. Each 101 has 10 big ideas. First, we got to define fragile versus robust versus anti-fragile, which we do. And then scientists say that challenges versus threats is what I'm looking at here. But let me actually open up the workbook. Each one of the classes has its own workbook. And this is this one. So here we go. Challenges versus threats. Actually, let's just go to the actual page. So we won't go into that. But scientists say that there's two different ways that you can look at life, right? You can look at life and see everything that comes at you as a threat to your well-being, or you can see it as a challenge that you need to step up to and face. You want to approach everything as a challenge, not a threat. It changes your underlying physiology in powerful ways. 10 big ideas. If I went through them all, I would be teaching the class. So I'll skip it. But check out Antifragile 101. Check out Confidence 101, which is a complement to that. And then check out the Philosophers Notes. I've got this one, How Champions Think, at the top of the stack, because I got it on the top of my stack. So I love the printed version of Philosophers Notes. And I personally read these PDFs often. I come back to the wisdom again and again and again. You can access the Philosophers Notes, as we've discussed, on the web or in our app, right, where these highlighted things are the big ideas. Or you can actually download the PDFs, which is my thing. I like to download and print out the PDFs and read them. But in my copy, you'll see that, I got mine all asterisks and underlined. I wrote these things and I come back to them and I still get so much out of them. But Bob Rotella is one of the world's leading sports psychologists. He says that, he's worked with some of the most elite performers, right? And he says, ultimately what you need to have is a desire so fierce. I'll just read it. He says, actually, I'll just read this little blurb. Everyone, he says, I'm going to go out all the way to the beginning. I have been privileged to spend my life helping people who want to be exceptional. A desire to be exceptional may not in itself strike you as unusual. Everyone as a kid has daydreams in which he catches the touchdown pass as time expires to win the Super Bowl, or she pole vaults 16 feet to win an Olympic gold medal. But I'm not talking about the unrealized fantasies of many adults. I'm talking about a desire so fierce, and this is what I underlined in asterisks and circled. I'm talking about a desire so fierce that it changes a person's life. Exceptional people begin with just such ambitions. From them, I've learned how a champion's thoughts are different from the thoughts of most people. That difference is what this book is all about. Now, again, if you want to become a champion in your life, whatever that means for you, energy, work, and love-wise, could be being an extraordinarily mentally tough parent who's raising heroes. Fantastic. Or it could be a professional golfer or athlete or musician or entrepreneur or whatever it is. But whatever it is, we need to know that people who excel think differently. And this book, again, talks to us about how, and I could spend another hour talking about it, I won't. But check out the note. Literally, this is one that I've come back to I don't know how many times. And that's one of my favorite books in sports. Now, again, there's a ton of other ones. Then I've got we have a collection of these Navy SEAL books. Admiral William H. McRaven, literally involved in some of the most significant Navy SEAL operations over the last X decades. Gave a talk at the University of Texas, Austin, down the street now, my new backyard. And that talk, commencement address, went kind of viral, right? Then he wrote a book on it called Make Your Bed, in which he distills the principles that he used to become who he became. First rule, earn your Trident every day, right? Practice your philosophy. Have the humility to start with the little things, knowing that the little things are everything. You want confidence, you want mental toughness? It is not about waiting until the big moment comes in and you going out and crushing it. It's can you show up on the smallest things that lead to the big things? And he says, start by making your bed. That's how you get the privilege to be in a position to actually go out and change the world. This is a fantastic book. I really enjoyed the note. And I hope you enjoy the note. And then we've got Unbeatable Mind in my top 3. Mark Divine, as I mentioned in a recent video. I read this book when I blew up a prior version of Optimize maybe like 8 years ago now. Really tough time for me. And I first was introduced to this book. I can remember reading it on my Kindle. Changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. Super powerful stuff. Mark has since become a dear friend. Optimizer, heroic investor. This book is awesome. Highly recommended. Jocko Willink, Extreme Ownership. Yeah, if you know who Jocko Willink is, you know he's intense. You want to get some mental toughness, learn his wisdom. How about David Goggins? Same deal. These are exemplary SEALs that we can learn a lot from. Then back to McRaven, Sea Stories, another great book. This is his autobiography. How about another one from Jocko Willink? Discipline Equals Freedom. Boom, earn your Trident every day. Then we've got some more. When I asked Captain Bob, what's the number one SEAL book I should read, he recommended this one, Fearless, which is a story about the undaunted courage and ultimate sacrifice of Navy SEAL Team 6 operator Adam Brown. Fantastic book. Unbelievably inspiring. This guy recovered from addiction. We talk about it a lot. Completely changed his life. Not without challenges and backsliding. And he humbly shared his story publicly. And he lost his life protecting our freedoms. And deeply inspiring book. Be Unstoppable by Alden Mills. This is a fantastic book. I highly recommend the book for your kids as well. Alden has a bunch of boys, and he wrote this book to help them learn the lessons that he learned going through the Naval Academy as a Navy SEAL and an entrepreneur. It's a really cool book. I read to Emerson years ago. Jocko Willink, I haven't read it yet, but Jocko has a book for kids that Cal Newport actually told me he loves with his kids. But I highly recommend this book personally as a father and as a mother, etc., and also for our kids. Another one by Mark Divine, Staring Down the Wolf. Another one by Mark Divine, The Way of the SEAL. I find authors I like, I read what they've written. This is Joseph Campbell's rule. When you find an author who speaks to you, read everything they've written. Go deep into their consciousness. I have practiced that again and again and again. Don't read what you should read. Read what pulls you. There's something in that niggle of, you know what? This resonates with me, which is why in the Philosophers Notes, I say, hey, here's another great book. And some people give me a hard time because, oh, wow, all these are great books. Yeah, they are. They all have great big ideas. But different ones will resonate with different people. So if an idea or a style that I share with the author, my 1,000-second timer telling me to move. I'm standing, so I'm good. But if you're sitting, get up and move every 1,000 seconds. We'll talk about that in energy, in fitness, the importance of that. Changes your metabolism. You don't want to be sedentary after hitting the gym in the morning. Sedentariness is the new smoking. Anyway, Mark Divine's awesome. So is Jim Aframo. Now we're into sports. The Champion's Mind, How Great Athletes Think, Train, and Thrive. We've got a couple of his books. Art of Mental Training. I read this one around the same time I read Mark Divine's book. And again, I went on Amazon. What are all the best mental toughness books? Boom. We've got close to all of them, if not basically all of them. Alan Stein worked with a bunch of NBA athletes. Fantastic. Some great wisdom in there. Elite Minds, Mind Gym, The Psychology of Winning, Coaching the Mental Game, Hoops Whisperer. Edon Ravine, had a great interview with him. I don't curse publicly, but he dropped a word in that interview that really landed, describing how LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, the best in the world, how they show up with an unapologetic intensity in their lives. 10-minute toughness, the ultra mindset. Travis Macy's incredible. Chasing Excellence, the best CrossFit coach, Ben Bergeron, who you may know, has trained a ton of champions. Great book. Peak Performance, these guys are great too. Brian Tracy, Old School Maximum Achievement. Then we've got the science books. Carol Dweck, Mindset, Psychology of Hope. Yes, there's a science to it. We talk about it a lot. Making Hope Happen, etc. We actually don't have grit. I have it, but we haven't included it in this category. We need to, and we will. Then we've got a bunch of plus ones. Again, this is getting long, so I'll leave it at this. But there are a ton of little practices you can engage in to get your mental toughness high. You want to learn how to turn around glitches. People who are not confident think that everything should go perfectly all the time. People who have true mental toughness and confidence know things are going to go wrong. My coach, Phil Stutz, calls those glitches. When you experience a glitch, the thing is not, don't shame yourself. Oh no, I fell short of my standards again. See how fast you can turn it around. Become connected again. Get your confidence back. Marcus Aurelius talked about this 2,000 years ago. He said, and I call it the equanimity game, when you lose your equanimity literally means balanced mind. Equus animus or something like that, right? A balanced aqueous animus, a balanced mind. When you lose that equanimity, see how fast you can get it back. It's like those little kind of blow-up dolls you can knock down. They bounce right back to center. You want to, when you inevitably get knocked down, see how fast you can get back. That's the game. Not never getting knocked down. That means you're not trying hard enough, but getting back up as fast as you can again and again and again. That's the way you cultivate, one of the ways you cultivate antifragile confidence, etc., mental toughness. Again, tons of different things we can talk about here. I'll leave it at that for now. Check out these plus ones, the 101s, the Philosophers Notes, and let's optimize our mental toughness. We need mental toughness today more than ever before. Again, we're facing historically significant challenges, which to me demand historically significant ownership of that, responsibilities, and the opportunity to serve heroically, which is why I do what I do and so passionately share these ideas with you. So what do you want to optimize today? Optimize.me. If you're already signed up, awesome. Hope you're loving it. Tell your friends if you're feeling so inspired. If you're thinking about it, cruise on over. Optimize.me. Again, absolutely free. No credit cards required. No strings attached. No ads. No spam. Just more wisdom in less time. Dozens of categories. Let's go optimize our lives. Make a difference in the world. When? How about today? With a lot of mental toughness. See you.